All right, great. Thank you, Elvis. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Wow, we have a full house today. Thank you all for joining us tonight. My name is Carrie Chan, and I am the Community Superintendent of District 1. I'm super excited to be here today. And before we get into the whole summarizing information session, I'd like to introduce a very important partner who will be co-facilitating with me today. And she is our CEC President, Naomi Pena, and she would like to say a few words.
Thank you, Carrie. Hi, good early evening, everyone. My name is Naomi Pena. I am CEC1 President. I am super grateful you all have come out to engage in this amazing conversation around Summer Rising. I think it's crucial and super important that all stakeholders come together and talk about what we would love to see out of this. And I think, kudos to Carrie, who always willing and ready and able to engage families in this school district. So I'm really looking forward to feedback, ideas, so we can tell it to the person in charge on that screen, Carrie, so we can make summer super exciting for our kids. Thanks.
Great, thank you, Naomi. So just for housekeeping purposes, please stay muted and we will definitely have an opportunity to share aloud. So before we begin, I'd like to introduce some norms. And norms are just sort of ways that we ensure that our conversation continues to be productive as well as focused, right? So I'm going to introduce the norms to everybody. I'm going to share my screen. Christine, do I have co-host privilege?
You have co-hosting
I
privilege.
think so. Yes. Okay. Side. Okay. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, we can, Carrie.
Okay. So the first norm is, Naomi, do you want to read the first one?
This is her presentation, by the way. She has one slide.
First norm is stay engaged.
What does that mean? What a norm.
Second is speak your truth. Third, Felicia, can you read the next one?
Value multiple perspectives.
Okay, I'll read it. Value multiple perspective. Daphna, can you read the next one?
Allow yourself to become vulnerable.
Yes. Jeremy, can you read the next one?
Expect and accept non-closure.
Thank you. And Dorothy, can you read the last one for us?
Assume best
Assume
intent.
best intent.
All right, Felicia, you're a few norms too late, but we love having. Okay, so if we can take 2 minutes to sort of identify a norm that comes very natural to you. Identify a norm that comes natural to you. If you could put it in the chat, type it in the chat, that would be awesome. Can you see the chat? I can't see it. Can you read some of it to me?
Speak your truth, assume best intent, value multiple perspectives, stay engaged, allow assume best intent. Speak your truth, speak your truth.
Great. All right. Thank you so much. Now, I would like for you to identify a norm that is very challenging for you or can be quite challenging for you. If you could just type it in the chat, which norm is challenging for you? Okay, great. Thank you so much for sharing. So I'm going to challenge all of you to hold on to the norm that you find is most challenging and challenge yourself to hold yourself accountable to that norm this evening. Okay. Okay, great. So thank you so much for joining us for a summer learning conversation. The goal of today's town hall meeting is to really get your feedback on what we want our students to be learning during the summer, as well as the experiences that we want our students to experience during the summer. And we actually have 6 partners with us today, our DYCD partners who have partnered with our schools to plan for enrichment programs, who have joined us tonight. We're super excited that they're here. They will also be sharing with you samples or examples of what to expect for summer learning. And so we know that there's also a lot of questions regarding schedules and time. We will definitely give you all that information throughout today's session. So we're going to move into an activity. It's called a Padlet. And there will be questions. And what I'm going to ask all families to do, as well as staff members, is to write in the Padlet, what do you want your child to be learning during the summer? Okay, so right now I'm going to have everyone click on the link, go to the chat. And do you see the link padlet.com? Does everyone see that? Okay, so let's click that. Okay, so wait, do not go to what other questions do you have yet. We definitely will be there. But the first question that I want to have all families answer first is, what are your hopes for summer rising? What do you want your kids to learn? And if you want, so you have to press on the add button. It's kind of like a Post-it. So you just write right on it. Yeah, very good. Great job. Everyone's writing in it already. Thank you. And we'll spend 2 minutes on this question. Actually 5 minutes, right, Naomi? Yeah, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Let's hold off on other questions. We would definitely have an opportunity to answer those questions. Yes. Yeah. Wow, these are all great ideas. Continue to add on. Hello, Principal Pinto.
Speaking with Ryan.
All right, thank you so much. So we're going to open it up for 3 parents to share out some of their ideas. Who would like to unmute themselves and share what would you want your child to learn this summer? Who wants to share? And just unmute yourself. Or I can call on you. Anyone wants to share?
I can go.
Okay, Tracy, you're next. Whoever is that gentleman, you want to begin?
I was just
first?
saying, I put in the chat that I think Socialization is something that we've really lost a lot of. We've been fully remote for, over a year now, and that having face-to-face interaction with kids and developing those social skills is something that we've lost out on and have some catching up to do. So that would be my 2 cents.
Thank you for that. And we all know learning is social, right? And so we definitely our students have missed a lot of opportunities or very limited opportunities to have that, interaction with their peers as well as with their teachers, right? Tracy?
Hi. Well, I'm hoping you can to learn about the environment, about how to take care of Mother Nature, and just to forget about, not to forget about, but have something to learn more for them to take care of the environment.
Great, thank you. Thank you for sure. Those are all great ideas, and I'm sure will be incorporated as part of their experiences and projects that students will be doing throughout the summer. Anybody else want to share?
Yes, please. Hi.
Yes, please.
Yes, my daughter is on PS110. For me, it would be, since she's been remote for like over a year now, it would be more like just get used to being in school again, having a teacher, not her mom yelling at her sometimes to get things done, and just like be independent, being in a school setting, in a classroom with her friends, with a teacher, structural setting. So when she's back in school, it's not going to be a shock for her. She's like, oh, okay, she's familiar again with the school environment, with her friends, with like being dependent. That'll be it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We have time for one more. Emma, would you like to share, Emma?
Hi, I'm not that sure, but my concern is more like, like to get with math, like problems. Like, for example, she's second grade now. She's in she did the bridge program, so she had a chance to be with her, student fellas and, a little bit online. But I feel like, through the summer, they forget things. So I think, and for her, math is challenging. So I would be nice if they know like some kind of structures like multiplications, times, so they can remember those things, that's aspect. What else? Maybe, I'm not sure. Math, I think is the, most important, setting.
Yeah, I see a lot of nodding. So I think many of our parents are in agreement that the academics are also super important as part of the summer learning program for sure. Right.
Yes.
Thank you, Emma, for sharing.
You're welcome. Okay.
Okay, so everyone, let's go back to the Padlet right now. And the second question is, what worries you about summer learning? What worries you about summer learning? You could just type it in the Padlet. Yes, who will be teaching the students? Yeah. Mm. Okay, great. Thank you. And feel free throughout this evening to continue to add if any new ideas or anything else that comes up for you. This is a live Padlet, so feel free to add throughout the evening. Okay, there seems to be a pattern here, but we want to hear directly from you. So any parents would like to unmute themselves and share some of their concerns or wonderings.
I was feeling like the main concern for me would be a balance of, enrichment along with play. I don't want him to feel as if it was like a punishment to go there, like we're prolonging the school year for him. And that was just one of my biggest concerns.
Thank you. Anyone else want to share?
Hi, my name is Daisy. I'm from PS20. So my daughter was able to experience PS 140 summer camp during kindergarten through third grade. So they have a very special program that introduced learning through play. I was hoping this year would be the same, learning through play also. They have arts enrichment, theater-based performance, and also music. So to engage the kids to learn and have fun.
Thank you for sharing. When was this again?
It's at PS 140, Nathan Strauss, their summer camp from Education Alliance.
Oh,
they
okay.
do this every year.
Mhm.
So they have them go through the summer program like a theme-based program. Every week is a certain theme. And they also have an end of summer performance so that the parents will know what they did throughout that entire summer.
Right. That's great. That's good to know. I think we do have Ed Alliance here this evening to also share with us what their plans are for the summer. So, well, thanks for that idea too, Daisy. Anyone else want to share?
I did have another thing to add. Due to the fact that it's unlimited for anyone who wants to come, or I'm not, I'm a little concerned with the COVID protocols.
Yes, absolutely. And we are finalizing the protocols, but for sure, it's going to be very similar to the ones that we adhere to on a daily basis. But definitely put that also, whoever just mentioned that, put that as part of the question too, so I can directly address it.
Okay.
Thank you. Anyone else?
The social distance, since if kids go and do sports or anything, activity outside.
So you're concerned about social distancing?
Yes.
Yeah. We actually have a few parents who are also concerned about the safety protocols. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Okay. Now let's go to the questions. If we can go back to the Padlet and begin, many of us already have started, begin jotting down some questions that you have, and I will do my best along with one of my district team member, Felicia Alvarez, who is, as well as Christine Mustillo. Both of them are in charge of summer learning for the district, and hopefully we can answer all those questions. So if you want to take a minute to jot down the questions that you have, and we will address them. Okay, Felicia, do you want to unmute yourself and begin answering some of those questions?
Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
So far, forgive me if I'm mispronouncing, but it looks like Shayna is asking a question on whether or not it's going to be a half-day option and how many students are in a cohort. So at the time, currently the DYCD program is advertised as a full day, which would be a complement of services between instructional during the morning and then enrichment in the afternoon. And so we're working with our DYCD partners to ensure that this is a fun opportunity for students so that they can take a full advantage of the day. And then as a follow-up, Shayna also asked whether or not parents have to commit to both months. So this is so depending on the grade band of your child, for students who are in K-5, the hope is that they will participate in the program for the full 7 weeks. If your student is in 6-8, the hope is that they will participate in the program for the full 6 weeks. And if your child is in high school, the hope is that your child will participate for 6 weeks as well. But we are also working with our partners to ensure that there are flexibility to accommodate family needs. We understand that you might not be able to fully commit for the registration of the duration of time. So we are definitely open-minded, and we're working with our partners to ensure that that flexibility does exist for our families. And then we have.
So Felicia,
yes.
sorry to interrupt. So Felicia, we have questions in the chat as well as in the Padlet. So I will read the Padlet question to you after you're done with the chat. How's that?
No, not a problem. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. So Rich is asking whether or not we will be offering a pre-K program. And so currently the Summer Rising program is for students in K-12. So that means your child would have to be already in kindergarten in order to participate in the Summer Rising program. So at this current time, Rich, unfortunately, we would not be extending Summer Rising to pre-K students. But as a district, we do have resources and opportunities to connect, and we have been sharing them out with our schools to connect our pre-K students as well to summer experiences. And let's see, Natasha asked, what will be approximate day schedule? So thank you for that question, Natasha. We're looking at, again, depending on your child's grade band, it could be from K-5, for example. The flow of the day would be essentially from 8 to 6. The schedule would look like more or less 4 hours of instruction. And then the remaining day will consist of outside experiences with the DYCD partner. But we're still working out the rest of those, the actual programming schedules, and we're meeting with our DYCD partners on a weekly basis to make sure that we're supporting our schools and the partnership of the design of those programs moving forward. Moving forward. And what else is happening here? Oh, thank you for raising that question, Keith. How do you apply? So there is a DYCD platform. I'm going to put the link in here as soon as I finish answering the questions, where families can look up their child's school or the school that is closest to their home. During this using this platform, you'll be able to make application to that particular program that is connected to the specific school. And Jillian asked, what did you say was K-5 regarding the amount of weeks? Oh, okay. I'll thank you for that again, Jillian. And the duration of time for K-5 would be 7 weeks. And that is a great question, Tracy. Can they bring lunch? Most likely they can, especially if they have dietary restrictions.
Yes, they can. And the next question is it possible to have an early dismissal option, perhaps leave at 2 p.m.? I don't see why not, because if you need to pick up your child, you could pick up your child. But again, I think you need to work it out with DYCD, and they can speak more about that when they share later.
Perfect.
The next one is, if the child will not participate in summer rising program, will he be left behind academically come next school year? So that question is, if your child is mandated for summer learning, then your child needs to attend summer learning. But if your child is not mandated, then your child is automatically promoted.
Okay.
Who will be doing the academic instruction? It will be done by DOE certified teachers. And will the teacher be from that school? Yes, that is a very popular question. And so ideally, we hope that we can staff teachers from from their own school. However, it's really contingent upon whether or not the teachers apply to teach summer school.
And also, Carrie, I just want to share, thank you, Elvis, for putting in the chat the link for where families can make application for summer rising.
Yeah.
It's under Elvis Marte's name, and it's for, it says www, thank you again, one.nyc.gov/site/DYCD/services/summarizing.page.
Great, thank you. Okay, so let's move on to the Padlet. I think we've answered a few of these questions already. Are current pre-K kids covered? No, they do not. They are, right? They do not. It's only for kindergarten. Yep. Who are the teachers? We do not know yet. We are waiting for teachers to apply. How much outdoor time will the kids have? Would that be a DYCD question, Felicia?
Yes, that would be a DYCD question. And I'm wondering if we can loop in Ashley.
Hi, everyone. I'm from the Educational Alliance. I supervise the several DYCD programs. And yes, there will be outside time. There'll be some structured like recess. And then we're also planning to do trips and walking tours throughout the Lower East Side community.
Thank you, Ashley.
You're welcome.
Whoops. Sorry, I'm a terrible facilitator. Give me 1 second. Let me go back to the Padlet.
Hey, Carrie, while you're doing that,
No, go
sorry.
ahead.
There were a couple of other questions in the chat, so I was just going to start answering some of them.
Thank you, Christy.
So one of the questions we have is about the PS 110 location. PS 110 summer school will take place at PS 110. 134 and East Village will also be hosted at PS 110. And PS 140, yes, is also open. A family can request any location they want, but it is suggested that you request your homeschool if your homeschool is offering the program. And then just one piece of clarity, there was a question about summer rising versus summer camp. All of our DOE program is summer rising. So
Thank you, Christine. I did also see another question related to 184, and if summarizing, if 184 is a part of that list, they are. And you can make application through that link that Elvis previously posted in order to gain access to 184 summarizing program. And
there's a question about Oasis Summer Camp being hosted at PS 110. Right now, we don't have information on private camps and whether or not they will be provided permits. Right now, the priority is DYCD programming. And I think we're awaiting additional guidance to see if other community-based organizations and private organizations will be allowed to host summer school on our sites. You know, many of you mentioned the concern around ensuring that we're keeping to appropriate ratios and follow CDC guidelines. And so obviously we want to be mindful about who is in the building. And there's a component of that we won't be able to assess until people start signing up for summer school and we get a sense of who's attending.
thank you, Christine. And I'm revisiting the question for 184 with Kumar asked, was it only for middle school students? And the answer is no, it's going to be a site provided for the students in K to 8 at 184. So all students at K to 8 will be served. Is there a deadline to apply for summarizing? At this time, no. Many of our DYCD partners have received specific registrant numbers. And so that application process will be ongoing until they fill those seats, essentially. So the application's on a rolling basis. And how do we apply to go to a different location, if that is an option? So Christine mentioned that it's encouraged that you apply to the school in which your student attends. However, we understand that you might need to be at a location a little closer to home, or maybe the student might be residing with another family member during the summer, so another location is more convenient. Use the same link that Elvis posted in our chat, and you can still make application to the school that's closest to where you're going to be residing.
We have a lot of questions in the chat around how many students per class. We don't have an exact answer for that. Part of the issue, we will have students in the class. Each class is different size. So we will be maintaining the 3 feet of distance in the classroom. And so class size will be dependent on that. It will vary, but it will probably be somewhere in the neighborhood, I would say, of 12 to 15 students. Do we have other questions on the Padlet, Carrie? Because I think we've covered most of the questions in the chat. Someone else did ask about the location. Again, you can apply to a school closer to home, especially if you reside out of district and your summer plans are different. You can apply to a school closer to your home. Again, it is encouraged that you attend your home school, but not required.
Okay, great. Many of the questions that are posted in the Padlet have already been addressed. There is one question that, Christine, I'm not sure we have the answer to. Will the Situation Room be available during the Summer Rising program? I would think so, right?
Yes, it's our understanding that the Situation Room will remain open, and we'll continue to follow whatever policy is in place at the time regarding reporting, closures, all of that. And I apologize for my dog. He's been here all day without attention, and he is now creating chaos.
I thought that was you, Christine. I didn't want to ask.
No, he's done. He's had enough. He's like, let's go.
Okay, so there are other questions, but know that as we receive more information, your school parent coordinator, whoever is in charge of summarizing program in your school should also be receiving a lot more information. So if we don't get to your questions tonight, please be patient with us, and I am sure that your school will be able to answer your questions. I just want to make sure that we have enough time for our partners to share what to expect during summarizing for the enrichment piece. So that's why we're going to move into the last part of our town hall tonight. So let's, Felicia, do you have the list of DYCD who will be sharing?
I do.
Okay, so I'm going to hand it over to you. And thank you, partners, for being here tonight.
Yes, thank you. Good evening again, all. And our first DYCD partner that I'm going to ask to introduce themselves is Miss Ashley Rodriguez.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Ashley Rodriguez. I'm sorry for your background noise. I live by the Bruckner Expressway in the Bronx, and it gets a little loud. I'm the Director of Contract Compliance and Accountability, and my role at the agency is to supervise DYCD programs. At this time, we have programs at PS64, PS and MS-140. We have both middle school and elementary funding for that site for summer. PS-142, MS-180, which is PS and MS-180, but we have the middle school contract, and Tompkins Square Middle School. So those are some of the sites that we oversee, and they're all within walking distance. I saw some of the questions in the comments, I guess I can address it now, was what happens if the site that you select is filled at capacity. So a couple of things that we do is we can place you on a wait list if you really wanna be at that specific site, or we will refer you to one of our other sites which are within walking distance. So for example, our PS-140 site is also across the street from our PS-142 site, and they're all within like 5 to 6 blocks of each other, just to, if anyone was interested in learning. So I wrote a little quick blurb because I was asked to prepare something. So our plan for bringing joy this summer to our students is that we want to welcome our students back into their school community in person. We'll be partnering with our school leaders to plan an exciting 6 to 7 weeks of program that'll be focused on academic enrichment, recreational activities, and social emotional learning. We receive private funding through donors, and we have social workers at each of our site, and they love our kids and they love working with them. So they'll be playing fun games, they'll be utilizing curriculum. They have a whole strategy to keep our kids engaged, and our kids love them probably more than us. We also want to do our best to support students and families in being comfortable, but most importantly, safety is a big key. I'm actually certified, OSHA certified in COVID-19. So all of our staff are trained by me. And anytime there's a report, we know within 24 hours, and we make sure to contact families and students as well, and all of our funders. And we're hoping that we can, gear up for the school year, because my understanding is that DYCD and DOE is calling this a dress rehearsal for school year. So we're excited to be partnering with you guys and supporting you guys. We understand that the challenges due to COVID-19 has been detrimental to our families and students. I know we've gone through it. Working from home is not easy as an adult. And as an adult learner, I totally get it. I can't wait to be in person and see all the kids. I love them, especially the little ones are so cute. And then lastly, we'll be utilizing themes. One of our sites is doing around the world. So we met with the principal yesterday, and she's excited to do like historical settings throughout the Lower East Side. It's richly dense, Latinx and African-American heritage, as well as Asian American. So we're really excited to introduce many of the kids to that, and have them feel like they're represented and part of the community as well. We'll also be doing community walks around the Lower East Side, and we will be leveraging partners like BioBus and New York City Cares to do a lot of fun and project-based learning activities. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Ashley. Super robust. Talk about a joyful summer experience for our students. Yes, we're ready. All right, next we'll have, I see Tiffany Rodriguez.
Hi everyone, my name is Tiffany Rodriguez and I'm I'm the on-site director for the camp at PS20 with Henry Street Settlement. And I've been in my role for this will be my 5th year. So it is really exciting to work at PS20 for many reasons. And one of the reasons is, yes, Ms. Pinto, we have such a great partnership with Ms. Pinto and with the teachers and with the school and with the children. A lot of the children that we have, I've seen grow from kindergarten to 5th grade. They continue to be in our program. We change our themes every year. So this year looks different. We are in the works of planning right now with Ms. Pinto. So we are hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we're gonna really figure out what it's gonna look like. But as far as what I intend for it to look like, we actually want this summer to be very hands-on, very STEM kid activity based. We have so many, as far as for STEM, we have robotics, we have growing crystals, we have rocket launchers. We want to make it so fun with the kids. We want to do hands-on. We want the kids to socialize with each other in a very safe way. We've been in person at PS20 since October of this past year, and we've made it very safe. We very cautious of ratios and class sizes, and as far as even eating, putting partitions up and making sure that the kids are wearing their masks and that they're washing their hands. And as far as just all the rules go, we just make sure that it's safe and it gives families peace of mind in that sense. We are big, like even right now for after school, we have 4 partnerships that we work with from the community. So we hope to bring on those partnerships for the summer. And some of that will probably include the bio bus and Paperback Players, who is a theater program that we currently work with that provides improv theater to our children. So hopefully we can get those with those partners for the summer, plus more. And again, we want to do walking trips. Space is so limited at PS20, and we want the children to be outside. We want them, I mean, the best part of working in the Lower East Side is just the rich culture that's there. There's so many things everywhere. I mean, you can walk a couple of blocks and you're in the heart of, in a whole new area, a whole new park, and you're doing a whole new whatever it is that they're doing. And that's our biggest thing. We want to do scavenger hunts. We want to do environmental trips. We want the kids, especially, we bought bird houses, for example, so they're going to learn how to build bird houses and we're going to put them on trees. So that's just a little bit of a glimpse of what we plan to do. Again, the planning comes with me and Ms. Pinto working together along with the teachers, but I think it'll be a great summer, and we just want the kids to have fun and know that they're safe and just provide a safe environment for them to express themselves and yeah, to have a voice and be safe. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Tiffany, for sharing. Yes, again, we're looking forward to these experiences that we know our students are in much need of. And I do see one other DYCD partner with us, Ms. Jewel Campbell. Would you like to unmute and introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. My name is Jewel Campbell. I'm the program director for the University Settlement After School program at PS63 and the neighborhood school. So similarly to what my counterparts have shared, we are geared up and ready for our summer programming. We are still in the logistical phase in terms of planning for our theme, but summer camp is, well, Summer Rising is going to be, we anticipate, very fun as it has been in years past. Obviously respecting social distancing, all of our COVID regulations, reporting, closures. We have also been open and on site since October, and we are actually really prepared and excited for this partnership that we're going to be working very closely with DYCD to actually produce our academic component this year. And so it's going to look different than traditional summer camp, but it's going to be very fun. So when you think of academics, you think of literacy, consider your student being a part of a really fascinating and awesome book club that will also support their literacy skills, but be really exciting for students. So I think that this year is going to be really historic, and I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you so much, Jewel. Truly appreciate that. We were supposed to have 3 additional partners join us, and I'm not sure if they're off camera and just on their phones. So I just want to give space to those partners if you're on the call and I can't recognize who you are based on your phone number, to share out who you are and where CBO you represent. Okay.
That's okay. I think our families really got the gist of, across the board. I think there's going to be many trips, hands-on, project-based, and bringing joy back to learning and helping our students really transition back to school, especially for September. And so, do we have any more questions? When can we expect notification of admittance?
So that's a question that's come up a lot in the chat. I actually went to see if I could access the application to see if they gave a timeline, because we're not aware of when people will be notified of acceptance. But I was wondering if I started the application, if there was information in there. But I couldn't do that. So because you have to sign up for an account and everything. Anyway, so I'm not sure when they'll be notifying families of their acceptance. Felicia, do you have more information?
Thank you, Christine. I think Ashley might have some info for us.
Yeah, so we were actually told by DYCD that we should notify families within 3 to 5 business days. That way they can plan out for the summer. If your school site that you applied for gives you a deadline, sort of a time frame of decision after, you can always follow up with them, but usually within 3 to 5 business days, you'll find out.
Thank you, Ashley.
I also just want to say one thing. Also, on the part of DYCD's end, the applications have been delayed in showing up on our end as CBO. So even though it's 5 days after we review it, sometimes when we review it, it's not when we get it originally. So for example, if a parent were to submit an application on Monday, we probably won't see it until Friday of that week. And then we have 5 days after that to accept it. So there is a little bit of time there that is, but we are trying. I know as far as the applications I've received so far, I have been calling our most of our families so far and have been notifying them. If they have not gotten a call, they will in the next week or two, depending on when we see the applications on our end.
Thank you for that, Tiffany, and thank you for being transparent with us.
Since we don't have any more, thank you. Since we don't have any more DYCD partners, would you like to answer a few more questions, Felicia? I can read it to you.
Sure.
Okay. Who is the partner of PS 110?
The partner for PS 110 is University Settlement.
Which I think they're here today, right?
Ms. Rosario, are you on the call? No.
No? Okay. Will seats be assigned to first come, first serve, or is there lottery? Ashley, you might know that question.
Yeah, so it's first come, first served.
Okay.
Thank you, Ashley.
What if our application is accepted but have to drop out? Who do we contact?
I can answer that as well. You can actually contact the site director at that site, and they can just de-enroll you from the program.
Okay. Wow, these are really awesome questions, parents. Good job. Okay, so I think we've answered almost all of them. This session is recorded, So if in any event, if you want to go back and review some of the responses to some of these questions, feel free to do so. We will be posting this in our website, and especially families that just joined us. And if you missed the beginning portion, you can access the website to get the information that was just shared. If there's no more, when will 184 have an elementary school option? Do we know that?
We're working on the back end to resolve that. It was listed as middle school, but the Apex site is supporting K-8. So we just need to get that technical glitch resolved. So we're working on the back end.
And that would be the case for any other programs that is currently missing. Over time, programs are going to be added.
All right. Okay. Final question for the evening, I guess. Or wait, no, two more. For kids currently finishing 5th grade, do we apply for their current primary school or wait to get the middle school assignment? That's a great question.
Yeah, that is a great question. Because the students are yet enrolled in their upcoming school year, I would recommend applying to the primary grade assignment. So therefore, you know that you have a seat because the student is currently enrolled there.
I have a follow-up answer to that. So what the CBOs can do is we can recommend to the families that they might be interested in a middle school rising program if they are but we are accepting 5th graders. So we tell families that if that is a suggestion that they might be interested in, because a lot of families don't know that that middle school does accept incoming 5th graders. So it depends on the site. But it's a suggestion for families. It depends on what their preference is. But again, like you said, Felicia, we recommend that if you are in 5th grade, that you do apply to your current grade level at the moment, and hopefully you can get a spot.
Thank you for that, Tiffany.
Is there a
Also-
possible? Sorry, Elvis, go ahead.
Sorry, Carrie. I know there's been a lot of questions about the 184 elementary school option. We'll make it a priority to definitely let your school community know when that option is up and running.
And parents, please check in with the 184 site supervisor with regards to the registration process at that location.
Thank you, Felicia.
You're welcome.
So there's a question about camp hours. So how the program is running is 8 to 12-ish is from Monday through Thursday, is run by the Department of Education and will have DOE teachers. DYCD takes over after that. DYCD will be responsible for full days on Fridays and also that 7th week for elementary schools. DYCD, correct me if I'm wrong, but.
That's right.
Sorry, I was just commenting, this is off track, but I was just commenting how amazing the D1 team is. That you guys just answer questions. I feel like I'm in the way. Great job. Okay, so I think I think we're good for now, right, team? I don't think we see any more new questions. Okay, well, thank you so much. Thank you all for joining us this evening. If you have any other questions, please feel free to email us, or Elvis, actually, you can just put our email in the chat, as well as contacting your school, and we will be sharing more information as they come. Okay, so thank you all. Wishing everyone the best of luck. Hope to see your child in summer learning. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Stay safe.
This application is a pain in the ass.
I'm sorry, I can't, we'll get that clarified.